live in a second. Oh, we're live.
Oh,
Ha!
awesome. Thank you. Good morning. Welcome to Saturday morning yoga. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're gonna just do an overall feel good body flow, and we're gonna start in a nice, easy seated pose. Take a sip of water. All right, so nice, easy seated pose, grounding through the sit bones. Coming to take a nice deep breath. Maybe letting the gaze soften or eyes to close. A deep inhale to feel the spine grow longer. And a slow exhale, releasing any tension. Feeling your sit bones connecting with the ground beneath you. Observe just how you're feeling today without judgment or trying to change anything. Maybe your breath is a little faster. Maybe you can feel your heart beating. Allowing your shoulders just to melt a little bit more here. However you're feeling, it's okay. Whatever you're capable of or not in this practice, it's okay. Just accepting yourself for where you're at. Throughout the practice, feel free to add any of your own movement or extra modifications. Take each pose to your own level and comfort. Another deep breath here, and we'll just welcome some movement into the neck, allowing the chin to drop towards the chest, one ear to a shoulder, down and around ear to the other shoulder. Some gentle movements. Before coming back through center, we'll start to move into the shoulders. A deep inhale to rise the shoulders, and exhale, we draw them down and back. So rounding forward and up, down and back. We'll switch the direction of the shoulder roll. And find yourself back at stillness and center. A nice deep inhale to reach the arms overhead, full body stretch here. And exhale, we'll take it one way, maybe to the right. And inhale back through center. A nice deep side bend to the left, opening the armpit, heart to the ceiling. Inhaling back up through center. We'll go ahead and extend one leg straight here, finding kind of a half butterfly. Inhale, rising the arms, shifting slightly towards the extended leg, forward fold. Another deep breath here. And we'll rise back up, crossing the left foot over the extended leg, the bent foot over the extended leg, hugging the knee in towards the chest. We're just going to take a gentle twist here, opening the left shoulder behind you, bringing your gaze over the left shoulder, and maybe going deeper, hooking the right elbow outside the left knee, taking a nice deep twist. We'll come back through center and take it to the other side. extending one leg out and bending the right knee in. Inhale long. Exhale, we fold. Really try to keep a straight spine here, open heart. Inhaling and exhaling. We'll rise, cross this right foot over the left leg, and hug the knee in for a twist. Turning the gaze, trying to keep the spine nice and tall, like a string is pulling your head to the ceiling. Maybe taking this left arm, left elbow outside the right knee. If you'd like to go a bit deeper. Releasing back through center. You can just bend both knees in. We're planting the hands, bringing the knees right under our hips for a tabletop position. On the inhale, the belly draws down, the heart draws open. We lift the gaze, getting into our cat-cows here. Exhale, push all the air out, belly button goes towards the spine. We press the shoulder blades away, pull the chin in towards the chest. Inhale, we open the chest. Really pull the belly button down here, stick the butt out. And exhale, push the ground away. We'll do 2 or so more here with your own breath. Whatever feels good. You can even circle the body. Feel a little experimental if you like. See what feels good. Before coming back to a neutral spine, we'll flip the fingertips to face us, pressing the bottom of the palms into the ground, and gently shifting the hips back, getting into the forearm and the wrist, maybe a gentle bounce. And we'll flip the palms over on the back side, still fingertips towards you. Again, just slight draw of the hips back. And we'll release, tucking the back toes and sitting the hips back onto the heels. Feel a stretch through the bottoms of the feet. Whenever you're ready for the inhale, we're gonna press our way into our downward facing dog, starting to straighten the legs, lift the hips. Let's definitely add some movement here, pedaling the feet out, drawing one heel to the ground at a time, bending and straightening into the knees. Just taking a moment to find maybe a little stillness here if you want to stay more on the tippy toes to start before we open our hamstrings and calves. Just focusing on your shoulders and heart now. Those shoulder blades coming back into their place, letting the heart open up. Maybe bringing your gaze towards your belly button. We'll add some movement, spinal waves here to start. We're going to inhale, round through the spine. Kind of push the hips forward, round into the upper back as you come into a plank. We'll lift the hips, let the heart kind of fall forward as we come back into a down dog. Inhale, roll forward, wave forward into a plank. And if you want, you can even start to go a little bit deeper here, dropping the hips, just being careful. Lifting back up into a down dog. So taking these spinal wave undulations as dramatically as you like, you can drop all the way down into a upward dog. Lift, wave it back. Or you can keep it to a plank position. Just trying to unite movement with breath. On the next wave forward, whether you find plank, we're going to lower all the way down onto the belly. Tensing the hands here, right underneath the armpits about. We're going to squeeze the shoulder blades back as we lift the chest into our cobra. Exhale, release the chest down. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades, lift. Maybe the head is the last to rise. Trying to feel the pelvic bone really pressing into the ground here, even the tops of the feet active. Exhale, release. One more cobra here. Inhale, squeeze open the chest. And we'll take it to our child's pose so you can sit down. We're going to sit the hips back onto the heels, reaching our hands forward. Child's pose. Once again, we'll tuck the back toes, straighten through the knees, finding a downward facing dog. At your own pace, stepping the feet in towards the hands. Bending the knees pretty generously here, really generously. We're trying to feel our belly get onto the thighs. Release the upper body, the shoulders, the head, the arms. Everything hangs heavy here. Deep inhale, expanding into the belly, into the back rib cage. And a long exhale out, push the air out. On the next inhale, we'll gently round through the spine, rolling all the way up to our Tandasana standing mountain pose. Feel free to reach the arms overhead here if you like. Before releasing hands to heart center or by your side. Beautiful. From here, we're going to stand on our tippy toes, lifting the heels, pressing our big toes. We're going to try to hold this for about 6 breaths. Really activating through the legs, through the glutes, maybe even into the core. Feel your whole body working to keep your balance nice and steady. To challenge your balance, you can always start to work the gaze upward towards the ceiling. And we'll gently exhale whenever you're ready. Release the heels down. Inhale, arms overhead. Gaze up, nice deep stretch. And hinge forward, really send the chest to the front of the room as you hinge forward. Nice long spine. Forward fold. Here, tighten the hamstrings, bending the knees. Inhale, we'll halfway lengthen, hands to shins, straight spine, straight knees. Exhale, forward fold. We plant the hands, take it back into our plank and lowering to the ground, tucking our elbows into the side. Maybe we find a chaturanga push-up, or maybe we ground through the knees. Inhale, forward with the chest, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll step the left foot to the center. Inhale, rise through the right leg, 3-legged dog. Trying to keep our hips square to the ground. Inhale, drawing the knee in towards the chest. We'll step the right foot between the hands, finding a high lunge, but we're going to try to keep our hands grounded here. So always an alternative to bend the back knee. Always maybe use blocks or anything underneath your hands. We're just going to add some movement. We sink our hips low into our lunge and then press the hips back, straighten through the front knee into a pyramid. So we shift forward, bending the front knee, Straighten the front knee, take a fold. We bend into our lunge and straighten through the front knee, take a fold. Once more, we'll bend the front knee into our lunge. This time we're rising up. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Really feel the activation and power of the lower body here. We're going to pivot open to the long edge of the mat. Back foot points to the long edge, front foot points forward. Warrior two. We tuck the pelvis under. Gazes over the front fingers. Nice deep bend into the front knee. Beautiful. We're going to take this back foot in just a foot or so, shorten the stance, straighten through the front knee, and we'll prepare for Trikonasana. Drawing the fingertips forward and hinging over the side body, stacking shoulders, stacking hips, and trying to work the gaze up to the ceiling. Releasing the left hand down, we're going to square the hips a bit, and you can kind of just point the back foot towards the corner of the mat. Maybe you want to widen the distance between the feet here. And we're just trying to pyramid fold one more time. Extending long through the spine, open heart. And we'll step the back foot in, forward fold. Inhale, rising up to standing. And finding your center. We'll take it to the other side. Grounding through both feet here. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lengthening. Exhale, fold. We step it back to our plank and lower to the ground. You can go onto your belly or just find a push-up, a low push-up if you're feeling active. Inhaling the chest up and through, upward dog, cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. From here, we take the right foot kind of center of the mat. Inhale, left leg rises, three-legged dog. Inhale, drawing the knee in towards the chest. We'll step this left foot between the hands. Sinking our hips nice and low here, really nice, straight, active leg. Inhale. Exhale, we straighten through the front knee, take a forward fold. Coming back into our low lunge. And taking it back, straighten the knee, forward fold. Really just trying to keep square hips here. Feel the right hip drawing forward. Bending into our lunge once more for this movement. Exhale, push it back, pyramid fold. Inhale, we find our lunge, and here we'll start to activate through the low body. Inhale, reach it up high, high lunge. Nice and straight, active back leg. Try to get deep bend in the front knee. Pivoting open here. Warrior two. Letting the shoulders fall away from the ears, nice and relaxed. A strong but calm warrior. We'll step the back foot in about a foot. Straighten through the front leg. We reach the fingertips forward. Hinge over the side body. Excuse me. Into our triangle pose. Turning the gaze up. And we'll exhale, release the right hand down, squaring the hips out. The back foot pivots a bit towards the corner of the mat. We lengthen and fold. One more pyramid here. And whenever you're ready, just stepping the back foot in. Inhale, rising up to standing. And exhaling, finding your center. Beautiful. Just taking a moment to tap in with how you're feeling from your feet. Just drawing your awareness all the way up to the top of your head, feeling the spine lengthening, feeling your chest open. The shoulders are falling away from the ears and back. Just a moment to think, feel out your posture. We'll inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lengthen, long spine. Exhale, fold. We're taking our flow, lowering to the ground. Inhaling the heart open, little back bend, squeeze the glutes. And exhale, downward facing dog. On the next inhale, we'll reach the left leg up to the sky. You can step this right foot in the center of the mat again if you like. We take the left leg high. This time we'll bend the knee, stack the hip open so the left hip stacks on top of the right. We'll square the hips, draw the knee in towards the chest. We're going to bring this knee towards the left thumb, finding our pigeon pose here. Dropping the hips low to the ground and squaring them out. So really making sure we're not rolling too much onto the left hip and we're lifting that hip, facing the hip square forward. You can draw this left foot in closer to you. If it's a little too intense or away from you to make it more intense. Beautiful. We'll just take a sleeping pigeon here first. Taking a gentle back bend on the inhale, opening, and exhale, really reaching long with the chest forward as you bow down to rest in your pigeon. Long exhale out. Inhale, we press back up. And maybe just if you can, you might need a strap or a belt, or you don't even have to grab the foot. You can just try to bend this back foot in. We're trying to go for a gentle quad stretch here, pulling this foot in towards the glute. So grabbing kind of the inside of the foot. You can even grab the outside, square the shoulders forward. Feel a deeper sensation there. It's okay if you can't even do this, just enjoy the pigeon pose. And you can never stay too long in pigeon. With each breath, just opening up your hips and your glutes a bit more. Releasing here, the back foot down. We're gonna see if we can just lift, press into the hands, lift. You might even want to tuck the back toes and ground through the front foot in front of you. We're lifting and grounding the front foot in front, coming right into a low lunge. See how that works for you? And we'll just enjoy this low lunge. Planting through the hands, tucking the back toes. We're going to sweep this leg back and up into our three-legged before releasing back down into our downward facing dog. To the other side, inhale, right leg extends up, three-legged. We'll bend the knees, stack the right hip over the left. Squaring the shoulders here. Squaring the hips, we draw the knee in towards the chest. Take the right knee to the right thumb. We sit the hips down, pigeon pose, squaring the hips once again, maybe making sure that back leg is straight down, back the center of the mat. Inhale, opening the chest. Exhale, sleeping pigeon. See if you can fold forward here. Through any discomfort, welcoming deep breaths. Maybe even just noticing how this side feels compared to the other side. We inhale, rise with the chest back up. So you can stay in pigeon, or we just take this back foot in, pulling it in, squaring the shoulders forward, and releasing whenever you're ready. We'll ground through the hands, tuck the back toes. We're pressing, compression, lifting, grounding through this foot. So if you have to readjust, that's okay. Just kind of wiggle your way into a low lunge. And you just stay low, or if you came high on the other side, you can lift the chest. Relax on the exhale. We'll tuck the back toes, ground through the hands. Swing this right leg all the way up and back, three-legged. And release, downward facing dog. Beautiful. A nice deep cleansing breath in our down dog. A deep inhale to expand through the belly. And a long exhale, push the air out. We'll bend into the knees here, grounding them, and then start to walk the hands forward. Keeping our hips right over our knees. It's going to be a heart opener here. Just kind of opening up the heart towards the ground. Your forehead might ground, or for more intensity, you gaze forward. If you have kind of a tighter chest, it's hard to open. You might want to try taking the arms wider. See how that helps you get more into the posture. This is our puppy pose. We'll walk the hands back in and sit the hips back onto the heels, taking a child's pose, rounding through the spine. Inhaling gently up. We'll go ahead and shift the legs in front of us. Just come onto your seat again, legs straight in front for our staff pose, our seated head to toe. So if you have pretty tight hamstrings, it's definitely beneficial here to bend the knees. We're just going to inhale, reach the arms up, and exhale, full forward. Grabbing anywhere along the leg. We really just want to focus on our heart center staying open. A nice long spine. Our belly is reaching for the thighs. Another inhale to lengthen. And one more exhale here. Relax through the legs. We'll inhale, press back up. Just plant the hands right behind the hips, maybe pointing the fingertips forward, bending into the knees. We'll lift the hips up here. A reverse tabletop. Feel free to keep the chin tucked in, or if it feels okay in your practice, let it fall back. We'll drop the hips down. Extending the legs straight, but let's open them a little bit wider here. And we'll go for another fold, but we're going to try a turtle pose. So bending the knees here, we're going to try to lean forward and try to hook our arms underneath the legs. So this is a pretty advanced posture. No worries if you have to work up to this or just start opening the hips for this. Feel free to bring your knees in a lot too if it helps. So we're trying to hook our arms underneath even the thigh, but if you kind of want to do your knee underneath the knee to start, and we're going to take our hands underneath the legs. So it's just lacing those hands underneath the legs. And you might just already feel a lot of sensation right here. This is your turtle then. If you would like and you feel is okay, you can start to straighten the legs out and flatten out into more of a turtle shape. This is like an Ashtanga um, pose, and it is pretty intense. So be gentle with yourself, breathe through it. We'll start to unravel. It's a lot of intensity. I'm just going to slowly take my arms out, bend the knees back in. Beautiful. And we'll window shield wipe the knees side to side. Beautiful. We'll take one more hip opener here, just our butterfly pose, bringing the bottoms of the feet together. And to get into the hips a little bit more, opening the bottoms of the sole like you're reading a book. We'll inhale, lengthen and fold. Maybe using your hands to press the knees down more. If you'd like to add a little bit of butterfly movement of your wings, we'll inhale all the way back up. And we're ready to lie down on our back from here. Winding it down. Yes, we'll hug the knees in towards the chest and give ourselves a little rock side to side. We'll hug one knee in, let the other knee extend straight. We'll hug, I have the right knee hugged in just in case I need to use left and right cues here. Right knee is hugged in, and we'll cross it over the body to the other side, extending the right leg straight and keeping that left hand on the knee, trying to press it to the ground. So really trying to ground through both shoulders, turning the gaze, getting into a nice deeper spinal twist here. Breathing into the belly button. Beautiful with each exhale. Relaxing a little bit more. And we'll slowly come back through center. Releasing this leg down, we'll take the other knee in. Inhale and exhale. The right hand draws the left knee to the ground on the other side, while your left hand kind of counters by extending long, turning the gaze over to the left. Deep belly breaths. Tune into your digestion, to your intestines, to your belly. We'll come back through center whenever you're ready. Beautiful. One more hug of the knees in. Take a nice tight hug here. Pull the forehead in towards the knees, tug it nice and high. And we're just going to extend out. The legs are going to extend straight. The arms are going to extend straight, but we're trying to engage the core, hovering the feet, maybe lifting the shoulders. We find engagement all through the body, tense. Tense legs, active arms, hands are reaching, core engaged. We're lifting shoulders, lifting feet, holding, pulling the belly button in. And exhale, release. Let the head relax in a neutral position, just tucking our shoulders kind of right underneath of us, letting our arms come by our side, or maybe leave them out wide, take up space, letting the feet flop here. We find our final resting posture, Shavasana, a moment of complete relaxation, noticing how you're feeling in this moment. Hopefully, it is calm, and if so, letting that wash over you, melt into you, absorb into you, so that you're able to carry this calm and inner peace that you've been able to cultivate throughout the rest of your day. Perhaps just setting the intention, visualizing for a moment what the rest of the day will be like, and what attitude, what energy you'd like to bring to the day. I'm going to slowly guide out of Shavasana to close the practice, but I welcome you to rest here much longer. Deep inhale to reach the arms overhead. Give yourself a full body stretch before rolling on to either side and gently pushing your way ever so slowly, however you like, into a seated position. Beautiful. I'm going to end with one last breath if you'd like to join. Deep inhale overhead, connecting, your hands to your third eye and then to your heart, bowing to yourself in gratitude. Thank you so much for coming today. I hope you have a beautiful weekend, a lovely day, and I also hope to flow with you again. Peace be with